Let's talk about that most controversial of characters, Mrs. Birling, his 3 key quotes that you need to know for your next essay. So the first one, I did nothing I'm ashamed of. Mrs. Birling represents the older generation in An Inspector Calls. She represents a generation that does not want to take responsibility and really feels no shame about the selfishness that she has displayed. She's talking, of course, about the fact that she rejected Eva when Eva was in her most vulnerable position, pregnant and needy. She pushed her away, turned her away, and ultimately, in her view, did nothing to be ashamed of. We can obviously question that. The next quote, girls of that class. Well, obviously here we are seeing that disdain for the working classes. Eva is dehumanized twice. One, through this kind of collective term of girls, again, looking down on them as childish, immature. And then of that class, again, showing Mrs. Birling's essentially anger and hatred towards the working classes. She sees them as really only having themselves to blame. On the note of blame, last quote, I blame the young man. We see the hypocrisy and somewhat irony here. She, of course, doesn't realize that she's talking about her own son, Eric, but she feels that ultimately no society, no charity should have responsibility for people like Eva. They should be left to their own devices to pick up their own pieces. So, big controversial character, Mrs. Birling. In your next essay, include these 3 quotes and follow me for more content just like this.